And no introduction, just me and Patrick.
Why, yes, hello there. How are you doing this evening out there in YouTube land?
Let's see if we have anybody here yet. Probably not. And if we don't, we don't. If we do, we do.
Well, looks like Card Chomp Reality. He was in at 12:44 a.m.
I'm showing 5 waiting.
Yeah, same here. So looks like Mama Wolf, she's in the chat as well.
Oh, that's good.
I appreciate you stopping in, Mama Wolf. Thank you
How
very
you doing,
much,
Mama
kind
Wolf? I don't know what we're going to talk about tonight.
Well, I'm sure we can figure out something.
I know. Now, I can talk about my video tomorrow a little bit.
Okay.
I reassembled the Magic comic, the Marvel Magic comic. I pressed it, cleaned it, got most of the wrinkles out from the water damage.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would. Not as good as I would have liked, but I'm not unhappy with it. It's being pressed right now again because I did some more cleaning after I put it back together. And then I'm going to show people how to take out spine rolls with a travel line. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, yeah, that's what tomorrow's show is going to be all about. Of course, I haven't edited it because I'm still waiting for that one comic to finish pressing, which will probably be tomorrow morning early. Didn't do a whole lot today. Worked on the comics, and that was about it. I was going to go fishing this morning, but I didn't get up till 10 because for some reason I was up till 4 a.m. yesterday morning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What time did we get?
No, it's 4:30 when I went to bed.
Wow.
I did a few things after we got off.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I think I was in bed before 4.
Yeah. Well, at 4 o'clock my time. Which is like 5.
Well, that would have been 5 my time. Yeah, no, yeah. I actually went to bed. Yeah, believe it or not. I got up this morning, went to the bin store, so there's going to be a video dropping here soon about that.
Oh, that's scary.
Patrick Murphy returns to the bin store. Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
The Nightmare Part 2.
Mm-hmm. And said objects were still laying around in those bins.
Yeah. Same ones.
No, not same ones. They
different
were
ones, but the same thing.
What I understood, because I actually talked to the guy that kind of runs the place, if you will. So basically, what they do is they start off on one day at like a $5, and then they go to like 4, 3, 2, 1, and then they have like one day where they just it's either $1 or fill a bag for $25.
Yeah.
And honestly, unless you're picking a lot of small stuff, because I figured this out today, I mean, you'd have to be picking a lot of small stuff to really fill a bag for $25 to get above the 25 threshold. You know what I mean? But it's
they'd be picking like 50 items to get something decent.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing: it's like, how much time are you? For people that's got the time that they want to spend doing that, then awesome, rock it, man. I mean, that's just, I don't want to downplay it. It's just, it's not for me. So.
Yeah, I worked on my my book some more. Added in all the Wonder Woman comics and all the Tarzan and some other stuff. So the book keeps getting thicker and thicker. And then I have a list that I still have to work on. Gotcha. And I left Johnny Quest off the list. We'll have to add Johnny Quest to the list. And once I get all those done, then I can start actually going through the comics. And then you will see a whole lot more stuff. Got some feedback on the Sensational She-Hulk that I sent out, and I put out that, in my opinion, this is a near mint comic. Mm-hmm. And the guy agrees with me. He got it. He's very happy. He gave me great feedback. Said, I was spot on my grade.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
Then I already knew that.
Well, you've been doing it for a few years.
Comments like that are what's going to make people go, oh, he says it's near mint. It must be near mint. He says it's good. It must be good. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the
eBay
feedback is
don't
important.
know me.
Good, I'm sorry.
The people on eBay don't know me.
Yeah.
How you doing, Lily? So, yeah. So, I think that's 6 or 7 sales and 3 feedback.
Awesome. Hey, you got to start. We all started at 0 at one point.
I just don't understand. I give feedback every time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's as a buyer or as a seller, I give feedback.
Right.
What is these people's problem? Why don't they give feedback? Even if it's no comment, I appreciate that. You know, they rate me and say no comment. That's fine. I'm cool.
They can't. You can't leave. You just can't hit the stars and move on. You gotta actually type something in.
No,
there.
But you can type in no comment,
or you can just put a period and go on.
Yeah, that's true.
But I and I've been on eBay for years. I'm sure you have too. And it's one of those things where it's like, I hate to say this. I've talked to resellers about this, and there was a reseller that I asked him. I was like, "Hey, you bought off me. Would you be, cool enough to leave feedback?" Like, "Oh, I really don't care about feedback." And I'm just like, "What?"
Yeah, the what was it? I bought something from the Secret Stash. I bought some comics from the Secret Stash on eBay about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't leave me feedback.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've honestly.
And guess what? I won't buy from them anymore.
As a buyer, I've actually reached out to sellers and said, "Hey, I've left feedback. Would you be kind enough to do the same for me?" Usually they do. I think I've had a few that has not, and it's just, I don't think. How do I want to say this?
Yeah, there you go. A smiley with nothing to say, and the rating if they had nothing to say. That's fine.
Yeah, and feedback is not as detrimental as it once was, because feedback could really, really mess with your store way back in the day. It's not as bad now, but I mean, it's still important, and I've had a lot.
I look at that. Yeah, I look at that rating when I buy. If somebody's got 0 feedback, I don't know if I want to buy from them.
Yeah, exactly.
Or even if they have a high feedback rating, but there's been a lot of negative feedback recently, I don't want to buy from them. I'd take a chance on the 0 feedback quicker than I would somebody with a lot of negative feedback recently. And I got my 3rd quarter book done.
Awesome.
It has every single sale I've done during the quarter, and then a printout of what I actually sold it for, what the shipping cost was, what the fees were, and what I actually made, is including the cost of the item. Which I think people are surprised, because I know what I paid for things. And even older comics, I know what I paid for them. It depends on how long I've had them, instead of what I paid for them.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Check out the rating. Check out the feedback. And especially for me as a newer seller on eBay, yeah, I've got a pretty good feedback score because of my buying, but I need a good seller rating too. It reminds me, I need to leave feedback on these 2 people that bought from me today. I'll do that after the show. But yeah, that's important stuff. Of course, Horizon Pix and Kayla still have their auction going on. the next time they do a Thursday auction, I'm going to move to like 10 o'clock because they always go over.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
What's that?
I said nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like them to make money and everything, but I'd kind of like to get people watching too. And when most of my watchers are over there at their auction,
It's kind of fun. We're talking about eBay here. So I sold something. Let me see. I accepted a best offer, and I knew this was going to happen. So they bought it off of me, get it, and then relist it on their thing.
if they have a channel or if they're selling also on eBay, I'm not going to give them a best offer. I'm not going to accept a best offer from them.
Yeah, I should have known that. I might watch this and see what happens. It's a little. I get it. I get it.
Now, if they pay at whatever I'm asking for it, and they relist it, I have no problem with that because I'm getting what I want out of it. So. There's not so many people that I can't keep up with chat. Yeah, he did. He had that Reese's T-shirt on there, and he had the Superman T-shirt on there too. But I don't need to buy T-shirts. I don't wear T-shirts. Well, I do. I wear white T-shirts under my shirt. I don't wear comic-related T-shirts, not very often. And the ones I have were bought for me by my kids. So yeah, I'll wear them once in a while. Now, the second guy that bought from me today, he ended up paying for priority mail shipping, but had requested first class. So I reached out to him. I said, "Hey, look, did you want first class shipping or you want priority? Because if you wanted priority, that's what you paid for. If you wanted first class, I'll submit for a refund for you for some of it." Of course, I figured out what it would be after eBay took their fees out, and that's the amount that I would refund him. But, I gave him a refund based on the cost of the shipping, or the difference between shipping minus the little bit that eBay kept, because eBay keeps money on shipping too, and they shouldn't, especially on calculated shipping. But eBay's there to make money.
Right.
And as long as I can make some money off of it, I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, I initiated a refund for him for the excess that he had to pay in shipping.
There's nothing wrong with it. And I mean, it may have been something on his side that he accidentally clicked or something. I mean, I don't really.
It had first class buyer selected. So he selected first class, and they charged him for priority.
Interesting.
And as far as I'm concerned, it was just the right thing to do. I know there's some sellers out there that would just ship it to them first class and keep all the money. I can't do that. That's not me. Everybody that buys from me, I want them to buy from me again. So I'm going to treat them fair.
No, absolutely, yeah.
$4 comic, okay? It's a little $4 comic. I put it between two pieces of corrugated cardboard. I put bubble wrap around that, and I wrapped the hell out of it with my plastic wrap. Put it in a Gemini mailer. Put the label on it after I put in his shipping or his packing slip. Put it in a mailer. There we go. There is no way that damage is going to get to him, or that comic is going to get to him damaged.
Yeah, kind of excited about some of the books that I ordered. I got some Lady Deaths on the way, as well as Dawn and some Vampirillas.
Yeah, I
so.
figured Dawn and Vampirilla were the other two.
It's kind of I don't know where I'm at because he had a good Dawn run, like the which one was it? Let me see
Cry
here.
for Dawn, or the regular, or just the one that called Dawn.
I believe it was the one called Dawn, the first six.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I missed that auction. I was watching those pretty closely, and it looks like they didn't sell on my side. So maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe he relisted them, or somebody reached out to him faster than I did, and he wound up selling them.
So if I haven't ordered any Dawn this week, so I didn't do it.
Let me see here. I'm trying to find out which one it is. Let's see.
Oh yeah, right there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all the proceeds for that goes to the Wounded Warrior Fund. So that's why I got two of them. That's the one that I got just to keep, and I'll probably never take it out of the plastic.
Yeah, he had 3 Dawn runs that I wanted.
And this is the one I got for use. Three Dawn runs, huh?
Yeah, he had the Dawn, the one with the cover that's behind you there.
Right.
Then the Return of the Goddess and Crypt of Dawn.
Okay.
And I guess
the ones you want to get are Cry for Dawn. Those are the oldest ones, I think.
Yeah, I definitely wanted but oh well.
I don't have all the newer ones, but I do have Cry for Dawn. Yeah. And there was another early one before that. I've got that too. And then I've got Drama. I've got a couple of them that are signed by him. But you see, that's part of the reason why I'm making these lists and getting ready to go, because I'm going to go through every comic book I own, and if it's not in this book, I'll pick out one for the book, for my collection. But if it's not in that book, it goes into this is going to be for sale pile. This is going to be inventory.
I think I know what happened. I think the auction ended while I was on the air Sunday. That's why I wasn't paying as much attention as I probably should have been. Now, we'll tell you, the Lady Deaths I got, Lady Death Millennium 1, 2, and 3.
Cool.
Yeah. I am excited about that.
Yeah, that's some of the last stuff Stephen Hughes did, wasn't it?
Let me see. The year on that was 2000. Yeah. I'll show you the covers when they come in.
Oh, I'm sure you will. And gloat because I don't have them.
Well, no, you do. You got 2 of them. You don't have the first one.
Yeah, well, it'll end up in my book eventually, and I'll get it.
I know you got 2 of them because I got you 2 of them.
Oh, right.
I didn't realize what they were.
I don't know what I've got.
Yeah. Now, I know you don't got the first one because I would have not let that one go.
I can't remember from one day to the next what I get. So, I mean, I could, if I got something yesterday, I probably won't remember it today. There's too much of it. It's hard to remember stuff like that.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, I went to the bin store, and I spent way too much time there. Honestly, I should have went later, because pretty much everything I want, or I got rather, was I didn't have to be there as early as I did. I think it still would have been there, because I don't go for like I mean, there are people. I've heard that there was lines around the building to get into that place sometimes, and it's like, that's just not that. For me, that's not worth it.
Yeah.
You have 10 people around one bin.
That's crazy.
it is, and it's, people are just throwing it. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be a part of that. And I'm not downplaying anybody that does it, but nope. Yeah, buddy, I'll let you help. There you go.
Yeah, it's I haven't really done any thrifting or any sourcing because I have too much stuff already, and it would be silly for me to go out and buy more stuff just to sell it when I have so
Right.
much already.
And that's kind of where I am. I mean, I did this run for something special coming up. I'm going to do
Yeah,
a Saturday night part of the reseller marathon thing.
right.
So there was definitely some inventory that I don't do on the typical Friday night auction that I wanted to get. Let's say that the stuff here that I've got, but a lot of the things that they like to do is do a bunch of the buy it nows, and a lot of the stuff that I have is it's more auction than
Yeah.
anything. So
I've been to a few Midnight Madness sales, and yeah, they get crazy. I remember going to a game store because they were going to open at midnight for the release of a new game that they couldn't sell until midnight.
right,
And I got there right at midnight and had to wait 2 hours to get in.
I believe it. We
And
went
by the
to.
time I got in, they were sold out.
Isn't that always good? Hey, Nether popped in. Thanks for stopping in, kind sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, when the Hellspawn was younger, I took him to a midnight release of some Pokemon thing, and we had a good time. We had a really good time. Can't remember. We wound up staying because I knew somebody that worked there. I can't remember now, but yeah, no, it turned out pretty good.
Tell her I
Awesome.
said thank you. Yeah.
Kmart blue light special. People will run to the aisles. Yep. Attention, Kmart shoppers. Blue light special. Aisle da da down da da da.
Yep. Oh, it get crazy. Somehow, my mom always managed to be right at the aisle anytime they announced the blue light special, and I've never figured out how she knew to do that. But she would always get there just before they would announce it.
Nice. So did you do any listings today or?
Don't remember. No.
No?
I'm still right around 100, so I'm okay. I just want to keep it right around 100 until I get these two shelves above me cleared off, so I have a place to put the stuff.
Gotcha.
Once I get the shelves cleared off, then I'll go ahead and list more. Either that, or I'll clear this metal shelf here and I'll put the stuff there. I've got to make a place to put the stuff before I do a lot of listings. Oh yeah, they did. And their grilled ham and cheese, it was to die for. Or at least the one where I grew up was. Yeah, he's happy. He gets his treats right at 4:30 every day. He knows. Although he still goes into the laundry room and just lays down for every day because I have a brand new box fan that I got to put in here, and never made it in here. It ended up in his room, or in the laundry room, and he lays in front of that. That's his fan.
I know Rainbow. He was always excited at first, and he usually goes outside with me, but it's got to the point of now between like 11 and 4, I barely see him.
No, that's his nap time. Don't mess
Yep.
with him.
Now, unless like today, now I was gone pretty much the biggest part of the day, so when I got home, he was definitely ready to be, be around, and we went out. But
Generally, Delco doesn't want me to pick him up, but if I leave for an hour, 2 hours, or all day, and come back, I had better pick him up. Otherwise, he will be following me all over the place and rubbing up against me. He will not leave me alone until I pick him up and hold him for a while. And I suspect that's because when I used to go to work, when I came home from work, I would pick him up, pet him for a little while, and put him down and give him his treat.
and of course, so you just went out. Now you're coming back in. Of course you are, because you're a cat, and that's what you do. So we got this canopy thing going on our bed, right? And so today, it's been up for about, I'd say, a couple of weeks now. Today was the first day that he really decided, I'm going to attack this. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to have to watch him with that for the next.
Yeah, I have to make sure I either put my camera away or pile stuff on the table so he can't get up on the table. Because otherwise I'll go back and the camera will be all skewed and off to the side and down and all messed up. So for some reason he thinks that's a toy.
Nice.
$500 camera, it's not a toy.
Well, when we first got our bed, I've got a picture of him. I had gone downstairs for something after they got it. Oh, I went downstairs to get the bedding for it, right? I go upstairs and he's already in the middle of it. It's like, oh, great. New bed. Who's first laying it? Not us, the cat.
Oh, absolutely. He's got to make sure it's okay.
Spoiled rotten, aren't you, buddy?
I'm going to make some changes in this room, I think. It'll be interesting. I think people will be surprised at what I do. Of course, there's still going to be a lot of comics. But,
He was liking it yesterday. Now you just came in. Now you want back out? You do this every time I'm on the air. It's in, out, in, out.
Yep.
Give it about a couple minutes, he'll be back in. He always is. Ah, now I got cat hair in my eye. That's not good.
So eventually, we're going to do that G.I. Joe week.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
Get around to it.
Yeah, and but Horizon's going to have to schedule a week where he's on Tuesday for that. We'll do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, we'll talk about it. Here's my thought on it. Tuesday, we'll talk about it. We'll show G.I. Joes. Wednesday, we got to show the opposing forces. And then Thursday, we'll do a wrap-up.
Now, the only thing I can do is show, like, Cobra figures of... I've got some 80s, but I got mostly the when they started re-releasing them again. So I don't have any of the 12-inch villains opposing forces. What was the opposing forces on that Joe line called?
Oh, I don't remember.
Because I know the UK there was Action Man and there was
Dreadnoks. He had Dreadnought. Who were the Dreadnoks?
Dreadnoks was part of the 80s. Let's see,
Okay.
G.I.
Part
Joe,
of the Cobra.
70s. villain. Let's see here. Because Cobra Commander was not the lead villain in the UK with their Action Man line.
Oh,
Do you
no.
remember
But
that?
then they called it Action Man instead of. But they did all the World War II stuff too.
Right.
I would love to get some of those early Action Man figures. They're just gorgeous. I've seen some of them. They're really nice. Really expensive. Not bad. How are you doing, Jason?
Yeah, I appreciate stopping in there, Jason.
Yes, we do. Kind of a slow night, but maybe it'll pick up. I'll put the link out there for a couple other people if they want to join us.
Let's see. So they started off with Adventure Team figures.
Right.
I don't think there was any like villains. If you were.
Well, there weren't any for the original GI Joes, the big
Come on,
back in
buddy.
the '60s. They did the Soldier, Sailor, Marine,
Right.
Air Force.
Let's see.
Oh, congratulations! That means you got to get up earlier. It's good to be able to sleep until you feel like getting up. Hey, Radar, how you doing?
Radars, thanks for stopping in.
I'm gonna be. I've got a box for him to go to Canada. I'll be just packing it with 10 comics or 9 or 10 comics, whatever it takes to fill it, sending it off to him, and when he gets the comics, he's just going to give me what he thinks is a fair price for them. So that's my agreement with him. I hope he sends me something. But I need to get him off before the 3rd, because the 3rd is when the postal rates go up, and I don't know if that's going to affect the postage going overseas or not, but I can't imagine that it would be. But that's supposedly going to be through Christmas, and then it's going to change again.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything. I'll look more when we're offline a
Yeah.
little bit, but I'm not really finding anything for the villain teams from because there may have not been any.
Not for the large scale war. But the smaller scale, they should have had some. But that was pretty much, they just pretty much just a rehash of the G.I. Joe stuff.
Well, once they hit the smaller scale of 3 1/4, that was Real American Hero, and that's where Cobra was introduced in the 80s.
Yeah. But I think they still called it Action Team or Adventure Team.
Action Force, that was the
or
UK
Action
version.
Force, that's what it was.
Yeah, Action Force was the UK version. And a unified enemy in the form of Red Shadow led by Baron Ironblood was the enemy leader. Let's see. All right, well, I can look at this later. Start falling down a G.I. Joe rabbit hole. Next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's getting a little balmy here again. It's not getting as cool. For a while, it was going down into the 60s at night. Now it's just We're lucky if it gets in below the 80s. Texas is being Texas again. There's so much stuff I gotta do. I'm thinking, what I think about playing a practical joke on Diecast when I send his stuff.
I am.
Because I'm gonna wait until he sends my stuff before I send his stuff. I'm thinking about using some tape. Yeah, 3-inch duct tape. That ought to do it. Yeah, that stuff doesn't come off. You gotta cut it.
Favorite comic to collect? Chaos? I'll let you start with that.
Superman. I've been collecting Superman since I was a kid.
For me, it's changed over the years. When I was a kid, I definitely liked G.I. Joe and Transformers. I do got the entire U.S. run of Transformers, the 1 through 80. And I loved how they ended issue 80. It was issue 80 in a 4 limited, because the original 4, it was just supposed to be a 4-parter, right?
Yeah.
And they wound up with 80 issues. But I do got the entire U.S. run there.
I get a kick out of when they say that it's a limited series to 4, and then they come out with a number 5, a number 6, a number 7, a number
Right.
80.
Then it switched to Batman, and I collected Batman for a while.
Hey,
There was
Jason,
no way I'd get that run.
Jason, I do not want any chance of water getting into those comics or anything getting damaged. So that's why we do that. And a lot of the people that that know me, they wrap the same way I do.
Well, and I mean, I remember Diecast. He was getting a package from me, and it was pouring rain, and like he was outside waiting for the UPS man. Because again, it's like, and just watching that, it's like, if he had not been home and they left it on the porch, yeah, I wrapped the poop out of that, but still, it's one of those things that you guys think about. It's like, when we get packages as consumers, I mean, how many packages have you got that has not been wrapped real good? They just put it in a box, ship it away, and go.
Should have been here. Should have been there already. I shipped it Monday, I think.
Was that a package you got from me then, Jason?
This was a return, the sender that I got.
Oh my lord, yeah, that's.
But because of the way I package things, it's not damaged at all.
Yeah.
I'm going to be shipping it back to them, but I'm going to wait to see if any others that I ship to that same address end up getting returned before I send it out. Yeah, I package stuff the way I want to receive them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I try to take the water thing into consideration, because I mean, again, it's like, I've got things when I was working, I'd come home and there'd be a package and I'd open it and it's like, oh, great, thanks.
Hey, I sold a magic card. I cut a piece of corrugated cardboard into 6-inch by 3-inch.
Mm-hmm.
I scored it so that I could fold it in half. Put the card inside of a plastic sleeve, then shrink wrap the hell out of it. put some bubble wrap on it, shrink wrapped it again, and I shipped it out. That guy's going to get his card in exactly the condition I sent it in.
Gotcha.
It'll show up. It depends on the. A lot of it depends on where you're at in the country. If they're closer to you, you'll get theirs sooner. Since I'm pretty much in the center of the country, everybody gets stuff at about the same time. I'm equal distance from just about everybody unless they live in Texas. Got it. You got it. Package. People that sell stuff, a lot of times they don't realize the packaging is almost as important as what they're selling.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I quit playing Magic years ago. I have absolutely no interest in playing at all, but I appreciate the thought. And I believe they already have something similar to that.
Never got into Magic. I remember when it first launched, and
Yeah.
I never was big into D&D either. I know. Sorry.
Hi, Pearl Nini.
Hey, Pearl. Thanks for stopping in. Greatly appreciate it.
She won something on Horizon Cable's show. She won a shirt. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Saved a ton of money not getting into Magic. And I mean, I don't know. I tried it with my friends, and I
made a ton of money off Magic together.
I barely got into D&D. I played I played a couple campaigns, but I went more for the being around my friends than to actual play the game.
Yeah.
And when they were getting super serious about it, I couldn't get into it, so I kind of became a distraction, if you will. I could tell they didn't really care for it, so I kind of stepped away from it.
Me and some friends of mine, we figured out how to play, and we didn't really do much with it. Then when I joined the Army, I walked into a recreation center when I got to Berlin, and they were playing D&D, and they were just screwing it up so bad. So I said, hey, I've done that a little bit. Would you like me to DM a session for you one time? And he said, sure. That was a big mistake because I was their DM for 4 years.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, if you can get to the newer sports cards quick enough to buy them, you can make some money off of them. Unfortunately, by the time I find out that they release some new sports cards and get over to where they're for sale, they're all gone. When I was working at Walmart, we had a guy that would show up every single day and look at the sports cards to see if there was any new ones. And if there were new ones there, he would buy everything. You didn't get them before him, you didn't get a chance.
Right.
And I think he's the one that's probably buying all of the comic packs now. Because every time I go on Wednesday to Walmart because they put out the comic packs on Tuesdays, and most of the time they have maybe one, maybe two, and that's it. And she's putting out 10 and 15 of Marvel and DC each week. I probably have that I probably have 5 times that in junk wax. I probably have 100,000 junk wax sports cards. When I say junk wax, what I'm talking about is the late '80s, early to mid '90s, where they were just pumping out sports cards like crazy. Oh yeah, we've got Hot Wheel guys and action figure guys too. I figure I was lucky to get that Lady J in the larger size.
Yeah. But again, I just haven't been out to like an actual store to look for stuff because it's like again, I've just got so much stuff. I want to get rid of stuff, man. I want to downsize. I want to minimize and just get rid of it all.
Yeah, some of what I'm buying, like stuff like that, I'm buying to sell later on. Some of it I'm just buying because I want it and I want to keep it.
I want to get to a point where it's like, on the off chance that I move again, that I just have to get my clothes and go.
Yeah.
Maybe my computer. Just I don't want to move stuff again. I just
I figure eventually I'm going to move, and when I do, I'm just going to pay somebody to come in and pack everything up for me.
Ooh.
With the exception of my old comics, those I will take with me.
I tell you, man, I hired movers last time. First trip out, they're carrying like a bunch of boxes. The top one fell off, and I'm just like, huh.
That's why everything's going in tubs.
Okay.
That, or I'll get one of these containers, one of these shipping containers that they drop off. You pack it yourself, and then they take it to where you're going. That might be a better way to go.
I mean, I'll tell you, Chaos. I mean, I wouldn't move it, but I would definitely, if I were you, I would pack your own stuff, man, because people are not going to treat your stuff the way that you would treat it. And you know this. Especially if they're working for some. And it's not that they. How do I want to phrase this? I'm not saying that there aren't people out there that care. They're far and few.
Yep.
And even if they do care, they don't understand the value of what some of the things you got. So to them, they're going to look at that stuff as toys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
that's why it'll already be in tubs. It'll already be taped. It'll pretty much be packed already. The stuff that won't be packed will be like kitchen stuff, the stuff that furniture and stuff like that. That's what I want them to move, not the other stuff. The other stuff I can take care of.
I like Pearl's comment down there. Although I lived half my life in a suitcase, and I want to get back down to that, man. I don't. I mean, there's going to be some things I want to pass on, but I don't want stuff anymore, man. Like the furniture I've got now, I'll just either sell it online, or if it gets apart, just like, here.
Sell it with the house.
Yep. I will tell you though, our bed, that will probably stay because there's no. We had to take the railing to get that thing up the stairs. We had to take the railings off.
Yep.
They had to use like come-alongs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I guess that's gonna stay up there for about ever. If it ever does go, I'll just saw it in half and toss it out the window.
There you go.
I mean, the box springs, yeah, those are easy because the king size is 2 twin size
Right.
box spring mattresses, but we got a big pillow top, flippable mattress. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's really nice, it's really comfortable. And but Oh man, I remember the last bed I bought before this one. I bought queen size, and I totally got sold. And guys like, yeah, they don't make double sided mattresses anymore. And dumb me just bought into it without doing his research.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. They do. They do. I did not return to that company.
Even the old box spring mattresses, you can turn them over.
Yeah. So
Never lived out of a suitcase. Closest I came was when I was in the military, and even then I had a bunch of crap. I accumulate stuff. I always have.
and that's why I hate mail, man. I hate getting mail because it's like I hate. Oh man, when I moved into the townhome though, I did start purging like old documents that were 20 years old, and it's like okay, I've kept these long enough.
Yeah.
It's time to get rid of it.
There's some stuff that I keep,
Mhm.
even though it's old. Like all my military papers, I keep all that stuff.
Right.
Um, employment records, I keep that stuff. But bills, once it's paid, I don't care.
I will keep them for about X amount of years, and then eventually just get rid of them. But I mean, I just especially with the digital format, just email it to me. I've got like folders set aside for bills, and
Yeah.
it's like I signed up for paperless billing with my mortgage, and they still send me paper. I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, I like getting those credit card bills that say, your payment is due on this date. You owe zero
Yeah.
because I've already paid it.
So let me see here. I got something kind of geeky to talk about along the line.
Okay.
I love that Dawn poster behind you, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
I'm when I find another one, and I know I've got more, and when I find another one, it will be going out.
Well, I wanted that comic, and that's why I'm a little disappointed that I missed that auction. So I was watching last night. Did I talk about Clancy Brown on any of the shows this week?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it would have been Monday night. So I guess I would have talked about it. Yeah, I guess it. Yeah, it was Monday. So Monday night, I actually watched some television. Um, First time I think I've actually sit down in the living room and actually watch television in quite some time. Um, there was an episode of The Goldbergs on,
Yeah.
and Clancy Brown was in it. Now, if you're unfamiliar with who Clancy Brown is, he is the Kurgan from Highlander,
Right.
and the episode was homage to Highlander, of all things. Um, and he did drop. There can be only one. He played the woodshop teacher, Mr. Crosby. I guess he'd been in the Goldbergs before, but now they're actually. So it got me looking at some because I also knew he did voice work. I did not know this until this week. Just take a wild stab some of his voice work talents credits.
Oh, you did mention that, but I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was because I slept.
Maybe it was
since then.
backstage. Maybe it was backstage. I don't think I actually mentioned it live.
Yeah,
Maybe,
but
I don't know.
I've slept since then, so I don't remember.
He is the voice of none other than Mr. Krabs
Oh, right, from
from SpongeBob.
the
I
show
remember
that I keep wishing didn't exist.
I remember I was talking to my girlfriend about that, and she was just like, "That did not compute." Interesting though, he also did the voice work of Bruce Timm's run of DC in Superman the Animated Series,
Yeah.
Batman, Justice
Right.
League, Justice League Unlimited. He did the voice work of Lex Luthor, and he was on a podcast I also listened to with Michael Michael Strungbog. Am I saying that name right? Here, hold on. Let me pull up my history here. Make sure I get it correct.
So I need to switch the Vampirilla and the Dawn poster so you can see it more often.
No, you don't need to do that. Let's see here. Let me get into my history. Yeah, Michael Rosenbaum, who was, and if you're unfamiliar with that gentleman, he played Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Right.
So it was kind of interesting having the two Lex Luthor sit down and talk to each other.
Okay. I would go on break, and there was a girl that would turn on SpongeBob SquarePants, and invariably, every time I went on break, I had to listen to that stupid crap. I don't like the show. I don't like the characters. I don't like the premise. There's nothing about it I like. Never have. And just having to being forced to watch and listen to it. I mean, if I was watching and listening to it with my grandkids or with some children, then it might be okay. But with fully grown adults that are just fanatics about SpongeBob, I'm sorry, I can't handle that.
Better than Caillou.
I can understand it. I just can't. I can't handle it.
Still better than Caillou. I tell you the cartoon that I couldn't stand, that the Hellspawn he did like, and it just drove me bat poop crazy. See, I caught myself there. Was Max and Ruby.
I need to get a shredder someday, but not for the reason people won't think. Because you take that shredded paper and you put it under your charcoal, and it makes a great starter. Hi, Glamis. Glad to see you came in here. Kimberly Mills, glad to see you.
Thank you for stopping in, kind ladies. Appreciate that. I am. Are you talking about the voice actress there, Lily? Because I'm not familiar with her.
I've never seen an episode of Masters of the Universe. I never saw a G.I. Joe episode until like 2 months ago.
Interesting. I liked Rocco's. Rocco's was okay. I don't think Rocco's should have been for children. I think somehow that slipped through the cracks.
Here's the thing about here's the thing about cartoons in general. When cartoons first hit the scene, they weren't children's entertainment. They were entertainment for adults. You take, because look at the earliest cartoons. They weren't for children.
All right.
My brain died. I couldn't think of anything else. But take a look at the old Superman Adventures of Superman, the Max Fleischer ones back from the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those get pretty violent. Betty Boop cartoons, those aren't for children. Bugs Bunny, the early Bugs Bunny cartoons, you can tell they're violent. They're not for children. But for somehow they ended up, children adults decided they were for children.
Dollar Dr. Jennifer, thanks for stopping in, kind ma'am. Greatly appreciate that.
So there's a lot. It's cartoons didn't really get start being for children until the 60s.
I still need to catch up with the Kevin Smith Masters of the Universe, see what all the hype was about. There's a bunch of stuff I need to catch up with.
Yeah. I've watched a lot of different shows about it, both the pros and the cons, and I don't have a problem with it. I'm probably one of the few people that doesn't, but then I didn't really watch the early ones, so how would I know?
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't kept up with the Transformers since G1, because I know there was Energon and Armada in the early 2000s, and then there was Beast Wars. I just couldn't get into Beast Wars. I did watch a couple episodes, and when I say a couple episodes, like to the point that I couldn't even tell you who was who.
That's another one. I've never seen a Transformers cartoon.
No, the G1s, that's what I grew up with. So,
but like I said, I mean, this is stuff that came out when I was an adult in the Army,
right,
and didn't have really time to watch cartoons.
Right. No, absolutely. And one cartoon I did like that when the Hellspawn was growing up that I kind of liked. It was fun. Was Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That was fun.
I have no clue on that one. I mean, cartoons in when I was watching cartoons in the early 60s, of course you had the older Bugs Bunny, you had the older Mickey Mouse stuff like that. Now, granted, most of the Mickey Mouse cartoons and the Donald Duck and stuff like that was more for children.
Right.
But the Warner Brothers definitely weren't. And of course, I loved them. But I used to watch Astro Boy, Fireball. I used to watch that. That was like a puppet theater. There was a lot of different things like that I watched. Yeah, I watched Johnny Quest.
We're all week looking forward to Saturday morning. The cartoons were doled out like candy. Yeah, I remember that.
Saturday mornings for me consisted of a few cartoons. Then Sky King. I had to watch Sky King. And then let's see what else. Then my sister would watch My Friend Fury and Flicka and all of these horse shows that I didn't care about, and I'd go do something else. We have another guest.
Cool.
He's been AWOL for like the last hour. But I figured we'll go ahead and let him come in.
Oh, they were pointing to it. Look at the pile. Sold right there, folks. Thanks so much. I'm sorry I'm late, guys. Awesome. We had an awesome auction.
Yeah. I think next week I'm going to start at 10 o'clock if you're going to do another auction next week.
We've told everybody to come over and tell them that, we sent you. So hopefully some folks will come on over.
Some folks did, and we greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much.
But, would you and Kayla at auction, or us two old farts chatting about old times? Yeah, it's no contest. I might as well just come on later.
So you did really. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you can always, put the time, and then I saw you visit. You guys were in there. You can always drop a line and say, you know what, we'll go a half hour later, or and then go, we're going over there, and then send it over. So we can try to kind of collab the time
Well,
a
I've been
little.
wanting to redo my slide anyway, so I think
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll redo the slide and
Yeah.
for next week, and I think I'll start at 10 if unless somebody has a problem with that.
I have a problem with it.
You have a problem with that?
I do.
And what's your problem, sir?
I need to speak to your manager.
Would you settle for the owner?
No.
Well, you're screwed.
Such is my life. So you did pretty good then, I take it then, huh? How'd it go?
Yeah,
No,
Ben
I
1010,
think-
I used to watch that.
Nah, it was definitely another step up. I think we had a nice crowd. Certainly folks were interested. We tried to pick all new stuff. I think that's always fresh
And
product.
once again, we have the Fearsome Four.
Yay!
Hey, I think I know her too.
Chaos,
Yes,
I'm
we have
so
everybody.
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I knew that it was going to run long when I was in there, and it was about 5 minutes till. So, or it's about 5 minutes till 9:30. I went, yeah, they're going to go over.
Oh, but we love you. Okay.
So you either need to start earlier,
we can do
or
that.
I need to start later, or both.
So
We'll
you
work
did
it out.
did good there as
I'm
well.
gonna
Caleb?
I'm going to go look at some T-shirts. Maybe I can get on that.
Awesome.
For
Is that
sure.
your pile like horizons behind you there, girl?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll just do that.
That is a yes.
Awesome.
I'm glad you guys did well. That's great.
It
Awesome.
was a lot of fun.
Fabulous. Lots
Fired
of great
up.
people.
Fired up.
So, but I hear we're talking about Saturday morning cartoons, correct?
Yeah, that's some of what we were talking
We
about.
are, I think.
Yes, it's Glamis pile now.
It's mine.
My pile now.
She got all her Christmas shopping out of the way. That's what she said, right?
Right.
I don't even want to think about Christmas shopping, although I have dropped the conversation with the girlfriend. Like, what do you want for Christmas? She's like, I don't know. I was like, just send me the link. She's like, do you really want me to send you a link, or you just want me to go into the account and just use your card? I was like, if you want to do that, it's like, and she's like, what do you want? I was like, to have not to be involved with any like family stuff.
Do you know what I do for Christmas?
Guess what? I never get. Go ahead.
I don't send anything to my sisters because we have an agreement. We don't exchange gifts outside of the family. Family meaning my family, my grandkids, her grandkids and kids. She takes care of them like that. We don't do that. We don't exchange gifts that way anymore. So what I do for Christmas is I send my daughter a check every year. And it works out great. I don't have to do any shopping. She takes care of it for all the grandkids. We're good.
Sounds like a great arrangement for sure.
No applause, just send money. So what did you watch? What kind of Saturday morning cartoons did you like?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh man. I never was the Saturday morning cartoons. I was the before school cartoons.
Oh, okay.
And I was right there at the birth of Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon when it first came over. I think it would be Pokemon, then Sailor Moon, then Dragon Ball, and then I'd have to run out because I was late to the carpool. So right in middle school. That was my.
Didn't watch TV before school.
But I did
The
watch
TV
X-Men, though.
The TV in my house did not come on until an hour after we got home from school. Well, now it was on during the day for a while, but about 15 or 20 minutes before we got home from school, my mom would turn the TV off because she had her shows that she watched during the day. So, yeah. But if it was school, no.
Yeah.
No TV before school, no TV after, until an hour after. Give us a chance to get some of that homework done.
Sounds like a good time for sure.
Sounds awesome.
Yes.
And if there was something that came on at 6 o'clock, well, that's too bad. We didn't watch it
Right.
because 6 o'clock was dinner time.
I do remember because my brother, I was a little too young for like the X-Men and the Gargoyles. That era. But my brother did watch them, so I do remember vaguely watching them. Yeah. So
Now, I remember during summer break, when there was no school, we could watch TV earlier, and I remember watching the Monkees.
oh yeah.
Hey, we're the monkeys.
Yep.
Oh, that's
People
Johnny
say
Bravo.
we monkey around.
That is the
too
monkey.
busy being crazy. I am gonna produce a multi-platinum record. I mean, all the songs I have been dropping lately. I mean, I can do it all. I can write country songs. I can do covers.
That country song was a hit, bro. You got to
I
start
mean,
putting that.
it is. I
It's-
mean, the dog riding away in the smart truck while he's just drinking beer.
Yep,
I mean,
absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
I must have missed that one.
Yep.
we'll get you a copy of that. It's going to be available to download on your I whatever.
I don't
Insert
do
tagline.
I don't do I.
Insert tagline.
I'm going to put it on Napster.
Banana splits, yeah. Oh, I see everybody talking about gargoyles in the chat. I recently played the new Gargoyles board game available at Target, not sponsored. It was really good. Like, it's too good for being a Target game. So I highly suggest it if anybody really likes board games. So
Now when Nether and I got together yesterday, we went to the Ollie's in Waco, and of course there was no comics. There were a few. There was a toy that I would have got, except there were 3 of them, and every one of them the boxes were trashed.
rough.
Might go back there and buy one just to take it out of the box.
What was the toy?
Black Widow.
Ooh.
I might go back and get one just so I can take it out and display it.
I mean, I can check mine to see if they have it, right? Maybe.
Every Ollie's has different stuff. It depends
That's
on what's
true.
available in your area. But yeah, as far as comic packs, that was nothing. I don't know if people wipe them out as soon as they come in or if they just don't get them.
I just didn't show up yet.
You didn't show up yet? Yeah, well, Waco's a little out of your stomping grounds.
Hey, you never know.
I might try the one down in Colleen and see if it's see if they have
Right.
it.
When I go to mine, the guy's like, "Oh no," because I'm like, "Hey, how's it going, man?" I'm like,
You shouldn't be saying, "Oh no." You should be saying,
No, and he's
"Can
like,
I get
"Oh,
you a
no."
cart,
I'm
sir?"
I'm like, "Awesome." He's like, don't touch them."
Well, my Ollie's is right next to a thrift store, and it's not a Goodwill, so it's like the kind of thrift stores I like to go to. So it's very dangerous for me. So
Oh, it's like I've been banned from Harbor Freight.
oh,
I've been banned from Academy Sports. I've been banned from and these are wifely bans.
oh, I was
My
gonna
wife
say-
banned me from those places.
Oh, damn! I thought Chaos. You're just like, get out. People are like, "Don't let this man in."
I know.
No,
like,
my
I
wife
was-
banned me
yeah,
from
you're a
going there.
badass.
I went to I went to Harbor Freight to pick something up, and I ended up spending about $400 on stuff I've never
Yeah.
used. I went to Academy Sports to buy some fishing line because we were out of it at the Walmart. So I went to Academy Sports, because it's not that far, to buy some fishing line, and came back with about $200 worth of lures. that to this day I have never used.
Uh-oh. In the
Yeah,
dog
I've been banned. But now I'm allowed to go in them if she is with me.
Ah,
Yeah, I can't go in.
did Patrick freeze? Nope, I see movement. Oh, there we go.
No, he's still with us.
He was just staring, kind of just like to the side. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna check out the other Ollie. There's 2 or 3 other Ollie stores within a 50-mile area. So I'm gonna check out some of those. Since my car gets pretty good gas mileage, I was surprised. I drove the round trip to Waco and back. It's about 35 miles there and back, or there, and about 35 back. So I did that 70 miles, and just the gas gauge just barely moved.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Of course, I use my cruise control a lot.
Fishing's a great reselling stuff. I made some really good money on vintage fishing gear, lures.
I've got
stuff
lots
like
of
that.
vintage. I've got a lot of vintage fishing stuff.
People love that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're not getting it because I still catch fish off of it.
Well, didn't you just finish talking about that $200 worth of lures you've never used?
Yeah, but I'm going to use them one day.
Sounds expensive.
They're just not old enough to use yet. You know?
But, I mean, are they vintage now? So,
See, when
I don't know how long ago that was.
no, not yet. That was only about 15 years ago, so they're not vintage yet.
Retro now, but
And a lot of that stuff you can still buy.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I will, if I'm at the flea market and I see like a fishing vest, I buy it unless it's got like holes in it or ripped, and even sometimes I still buy it because they always sell the vintage ones, especially. People love that stuff. It's like, shoot, throw it on, even if it's got like the fishing game, like the patches and the permits and stuff on it. It's people love that kind of stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I had my grandfather's fly rod, and it was stolen. And it was a great fly rod.
Some big money in those for sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, any type of vintage sports thing, like the jacket I got recently, the Woolbridge.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Like it's a hunting jacket, and I actually found out it's from the 1940s.
I'll tell you what, you put them online, I guarantee you somebody will buy them.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember me. Mm-hmm. Nether, how are you? I don't know if I said hi.
He got a flu shot today. He's not feeling that great.
Gotcha.
Because I sent him an invite in case he wanted to come on.
Patrick, how are you?
I am well.
I think fishing stuff for him is in the same category as sports ball stuff. So.
Oh, yes.
You know why I like to fish? Do you know why I like to fish?
Why?
Because I like to eat fresh fish.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with fresh fried fish.
Oh, for sure.
However you cook it.
Oh
however
yeah,
you wanna cook
absolutely.
it. What?
No, he makes me laugh. I'm sorry. He makes me laugh. It's just his face.
Yes, we did. We lost Roy. Officially lost.
Every now and then he just.
Bye. Can I have your
I'm
cat?
gonna prove. Wait, oh. There we go.
I'll take Bridges.
He was around. When I was bouncing around the t-shirts, he was like, "What are you doing? Get away!"
Cats
Yeah.
are like that sometimes.
Yeah, fishing is nice to get away from people too. So I do like going reef fishing out, like miles out on the coast. So in a boat. So that's the kind of fishing I like.
Present company excluded. I don't need a reason to get away from people.
Yeah.
People are the reason why I want to get away from people. I don't need to go fishing to want to get away from people.
I remember I was doing some
Just
bank
stay
fishing.
home.
I was fishing for some
Dude.
catfish. I was fishing from the bank, and this little boy, he was about 5 or 6 years old, and comes up and just starts talking. Maybe a bit 4 or 5. He's talking to me, and I'm talking back with him, and I'm looking around for his parents. I don't really see him, and all of a sudden his sister comes in. You have to come right away. You can't be with. And I looked, and I'm like, okay. Cool. What are you doing? How come you're talking? And he just looked at her. Matter of fact, he said, I'm talking to Papaw. And she looks, that's not your Papaw. And he went, no, not my Papaw, but Papaw.
Aw. Oh, that's sweet.
So he got up and he wandered away. And later on, I did catch the parents later on. I said, hey, look, you need to keep better eye on your kid. I mean, he was down there talking with me, and you don't know me. You don't know what I you don't know strangers.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you're lucky because I would never hurt a child. I would hurt people that tried to hurt children, but I would never hurt a child.
Right.
I said, so you're lucky there. But yeah, he was. And after that, anytime he'd see me, he'd come running over and give me a hug. And I don't know why, because, but after talking with the parents and assuring them, if he came to see me, I was okay with it. It wasn't bothering me. He was safe. That was the big deal. He was safe, but they should still keep a better eye on him. In other words, I chewed their butt.
Drinking a ton of water today, usually fish it. Yeah. I hear it's a little stronger this year of a flu shot. So I'm getting mine soon. They offer it at my work, so.
Yeah, I might actually have to pay for it this year. But it won't be much.
I mean, you can come to Florida. They give them away for free, like candy down here, regardless of, if you have insurance or if you don't. So.
Give it away, give it away, give it away.
Oh, I led you right into that one.
What I got to get it, put it in you.
So, we were talking about cartoons, right?
I don't know what the hell we were talking about.
Yeah, at some point we were.
We derailed off into fishing.
Yeah, we always get derailed. I'm just going to, chill talk or something. I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
Because we don't talk about anything in particular.
Let's see. I had a question.
I have an answer.
If I always like to ask.
And if we don't have an answer, we can answer with a question.
For sure. I always like to ask these conversational starter questions. So when you were a kid and you did see a cartoon, after your homework and whatnot, when during Saturday or whatnot, what character did you relate to in Saturday morning cartoons the best? And what character did you absolutely hate? So who did you relate to and who did you hate as a child?
I didn't hate any of them. I thought they were all great. for cartoon note, I have 3 favorites. Okay, Chip and Dale, and Yosemite Sam.
I would count Chip and Dale as one. I think they're kind of like a conjoined entity.
Yeah.
So
You can't have a Chip without a Dale, and you can't have a Dale
Right.
without a Chip.
absolutely.
And my favorite little cartoon segment would be the Apple Core segment with Donald.
Oh, Apple Core?
Gone no more. Who's your friend?
Me. I know that. See, I'm a nerd too. Do I just get points now? Do I hold my card out?
I almost had to turn my card in. I couldn't think of the name of Stitch, and you were showing clothing, and I couldn't think of the name Stitch. I thought I was going to have to turn. I might have to. I'm going to have
Come
to get my
back
nerd
here.
card out and send it in, I think, or my geek card. One of the two. I've got both. I've got nerd card and a geek card. So
Yeah.
one of them might have to go.
All right. Who else? Come on, Roy. Tell me who you related to as a child.
Cartoons?
Yeah.
Cartoons. Yeah, for me, a few main cartoons. The classic original Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, Elmer Fudd. Those original ones, huge for me growing up. Definite. We talked about it. Super Friends, definitely. Hall of Justice, Legion of Doom. I love that type of stuff. I went to go see that. But yeah, the Hanna-Barbera stuff like Space Ghost, Herculoids, Flintstones, Jetsons, loved all that stuff. But and then the classic Marvel stuff, the original Ralph Bakshi, Spider-Man that Marvel put out. Those original ones are just
The Merry Marvel Marching Society.
Yeah, it was awesome. And they did Captain America and Iron Man, and I used to love. They would come on. So yeah,
You belong to the Merry Marvel Marching Society. March along, march along, march along, march along to the Merry Marvel Marching Society. Yeah, I remember those.
And even like
but I remember them before you were born, so because they originally came out in the 60s.
That's his nerd card.
And I remember when they came out with the Star Trek animated cartoon, and there were some originals. I love that because my brother watched this Star Trek, and we watched it, and I kind of didn't get it. I was so little, and then the cartoon at least was a cartoon, so I would get into that, and it had a lot of
were the Star Trek cartoons canon?
Mm-hmm.
Are they considered canon? No, they're not. They should be, but they're not. Hell, half of the Star Trek movies probably aren't even considered canon.
Yeah, the original. I'm with you, Glamis. Those original bunch of the Scooby-Doo, the first bunch, were just unbelievable. Space Ghost.
I love Space Ghost. I
great.
also have a very unhealthy obsession with Brack. And I loved the Brack show. Like, I would obsessively watch every episode.
Brack.
I don't know why. Yeah. So what about you, Patrick? What about you? Who did you relate to as a child? And was there anybody that you despised?
I mean, kind of like what Horizon said there, the Justice League, the Transformers. I think G.I. Joe was on Saturday morning. If it was, I don't remember. So, yeah.
Very cool. Yeah,
I feel, but for me, these guys know they probably disagree. For me, if I had to pick one cartoon, there's only one for me, and it's The Simpsons. I'll go with that as my number one.
The longest running cartoon show ever.
I'd still try to catch it on Sundays when they're new.
I don't think any show will outlast them. I don't think there'll ever be a cartoon that runs longer.
Well, wait a minute. But you said when we were kids.
Yeah, but that's how long The Simpsons has been on.
Not for me.
It's been on since the 80s.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Continuously.
Yeah, I remember when I was in college, and it was like Tracy Ullman,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It was
it
the
just
Tracy
kind
Ullman
of
show.
started off. It was in the early '90s, and yeah, it's still going. And I just think it's definitely one of the best cartoons, but it's also one of the best television shows of all time. I mean, it's what 30 plus years now, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, it's like 37 or 38.
Almost
something like
40. They're
Almost
pushing
40.
40 now. So
Right. No, that's why I didn't say any newer things, because I thought
Yeah.
we were only going back to, or we were.
Yeah, she did say it as a child,
Yes.
So
but then we're all big children anyway.
I know. Do we ever
tell
grow
me
up?
about it.
We're just overgrown children anyway. And if you don't believe me, there's the proof.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
The
right.
proof is all around us.
Oh, the thornberries. I loved the wild thornberries. Oh my goodness. Thundercats. Yeah, I love Thundercats too.
And I did watch a few Thundercats episodes
Mm-hmm.
when I was.
I like that. I love the animation of the Thundercats. That was very, the Asian style, that like flying through midair cuts, which Dragon Ball Z really took from that. You know, you wouldn't have that animation.
I consider Heckle and Jekyll the original anti-heroes. Because yes, they were very annoying and funny at the same time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean I would just say what I remember. It was huge. I never got it, but man, Smurfs. Remember Smurfs? That Smurfs cartoon was huge. People love that.
Yeah.
1980s.
I
Dragon
really
Ball-
like. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna add. I love Rainbow Bright. Rainbow Bright was a 80s. I loved My Little Pony too. That was young Kayla. Like, I had the pony castle and all the fat ponies. Yeah, that was me. So
Yes,
go ahead, Patrick.
it's a shame you don't still have them.
I do have
Oh.
them somewhere.
That's money in the bank.
Yes.
Except you have to be willing to part with them.
I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Late 80s.
Patrick,
yes, ma'am.
I interrupted you.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
No, we were talking 80s and cartoons.
Oh, Smurfs. Did
Yes.
Gargamel ever eat?
Never
I don't think
got.
he ever got a chance to eat anything.
I was going to say. So how many years did that man go without food?
Well, look how skinny he was. It's obvious he didn't get the chance to eat.
Well, I mean, but he still ran. I mean, there comes a point where malnutrition kicks in, and you can't like function as a human being.
He was really haggard, man. He had that one snaggletooth. He was hungry.
Look at Wile E. Coyote. How many years did he catch, or did he try to catch the Roadrunner before he actually caught him? And then didn't know what to do because the Roadrunner was like a giant.
I so wanted him to get that Roadrunner when I was a little kid. I'd be like, Mom, he's going to get him. Oh, and nope, didn't happen.
Okay, so annoying. Roadrunner, I can understand that, but you know the one that really, got under my skin like nails on a chalkboard was Tweety Bird.
Mm.
Oh, you wanted Sylvester to get her, right?
Yeah.
Tweety Bird was awesome.
No.
I thought I taught Putty Tat. I did taught Putty Tat.
You see Putty Cat's teeth right through your eyes, the last thing you'll look at.
Hey, and Sylvester was so cool, right? And you really were kind of rooting for him.
Yeah. It's kind of like Tom and Jerry, you know?
You root for him, but at the same time, you don't really want it to happen.
Oh, the Smurfs. I was all for let's make some Smurf stew. Heck,
Right?
I just don't understand when he finally caught him. It's just like, you've been waiting for so long. Are you really going to cook him? Why don't you just start like chowing down right there? I mean, I don't know.
Well, Gargamel created Smurfette to try to like woo them to cut.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there was never a female Smurf before Smurfette.
right.
Biology.
Makes me wonder where the
Oh
hell
my
did all the
goodness.
Smurfs come from?
Biology
Well, that
is
was the
Smurfling.
thing in the episode. I do remember, like he put like a fake tail on her, and like it fell off, and that was one of. Oh, you're a girl. No, it was this whole. She tried to fake it. That was the whole thing, and I remember that.
What is this Smurf lore that I don't know?
Yeah, Smurfette was originally created by Gargamel.
Yeah.
And then through magic Smurf powers, Papa Smurf reached into his big old Papa sack, sprinkled some Smurf.
Ew, raw Smurf.
Did you say Papa Smurf sack?
I mean, I don't know. He was like magic Smurf who could do Smurf things with Smurf.
Let me dip into my bag of tricks. Oh, there you go.
Oh, Felix. Sorry. ADD. I loved Felix, especially the movie. The movie really got me as a kid. That was one of my when you were sick as a kid, you watched movies. That was one of them. And the Neverending Story. But that's not animated, so we're not talking about that. Sorry. ADD.
Well, the
Felix the
Smurf
cat.
thing. The Smurf thing was also it was like they just used the word Smurf as every like adjective too. You're like, oh, really? Oh,
Have a Smurf day.
right? Smurfy. Like,
Now, if we want to talk about foreign cartoons, Asterix and Obelix, hands down, my all-time favorite for foreign cartoons. They are just so funny, and the books too. Oh my God, they're so funny.
I'll still go with that G-Force Battle of the Planets. That was one of my favorite, and Voltron, the original Voltron I like too, but that Battle of the Planets, awesome.
Yeah. Look up Asterix on YouTube. I'm sure there's some that you can watch some clips of it. And as a matter of fact, there's probably some whole shows on there, and you'll understand. I mean, you got Getafix the Druid, Cacophonics the Bard. I mean, the names by themselves were they were perfect. Funny stuff.
Oh, man. If you ever want to do a deep dive into early 2000s, 1990s anime, I was hard into it. So, yeah, we can chat. We can chat. So,
Now, I did like me some Rocky and Bullwinkle.
yeah.
Gee, Rock, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Yep.
I did like Dudley Do Right too. I was like, why? He's like weirdly attractive. So
Hey,
it's like young kid I love.
to this
And Mr. Peabody and his Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
to this day, still Natasha Fatale.
Absolutely.
I mean, she's definitely on the top 10 list of things I'll never have.
Boris, we must go. Hey, her voice was amazing. Whoever did that voice.
Oh,
I used
Cowboy
to know who
Bebop
it
was
was,
great.
and I can't think of it now. It's actually a famous voice actress that did the voice, and I can't think of her name.
Oh, Tenchi. Oh my gosh, we have to talk.
To the Google. To the Google.
Yep.
Mr. Magoo. Yeah, that's my father. I call him Mr. Magoo because he can't see, and he like walks into things.
Like, out of my way, road hogs. Oh, McGrew.
Sally Kellerman
Did the voice?
for Natasha Fatale. And Boris and Natasha eventually did get married, by the way,
Oh,
in case nobody knew that.
that's good. Man, he landed a good one. Gives it short, like, hope to all the short men out there. There's somebody for everybody, right?
Somebody puts up with me. Willingly.
Why do I keep thinking Go Go Gophers for some reason? I don't know. Just oddball characters are popping into my brain.
Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins power activate.
What was it? Shape of a something, form of
One-
a something else. Bucket of water.
One did animals and one did waters related things.
Did they ever explain why they could only change into like those things?
I don't think actually in the cartoons I don't remember, to be honest.
Right, Jackson. June. When I googled it, Sally's name came up, but now that you mention it, June Foray was the one I was thinking of. She was great.
Inspector Gadget, yep. I remember Inspector Gadget. I remember being in This'll Kill My Pipes, so I may not be on tomorrow night's show, Horizon, so next time, Gadget. Next time. And my pipes are shot for the night, ladies and gentlemen.
And Tennessee Tuxedo. I wonder if he's related to Nigel.
Gosh, what was his name? What was the bad guy's name?
Who? What?
In Inspector Gadget. Wasn't it like the Claw or something?
That was Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw! I was right! Okay. Sorry. He had a cat! A white fluffy cat.
Mad Cat.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I like that guy. He's got a cat.
Yeah. Paul Frees, he did do a lot of voices. I mean, there really weren't that many voice actors back in the 60s that would do stuff.
Mel Blanc.
He did all of them.
How many? Yeah, I mean, how many voice credits did
Mel
he
Blanc,
have?
pretty much all of Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
I think he was. I think Don Adams did voice Tennessee Tuxedo.
I remember Chili Willy. Wasn't he
Yeah.
on Woody Woodpecker?
Yeah, he was. It's on the
Chili
Woody
Willy.
Woodpecker show.
Yeah, after doing Dr. Claw.
Talk about annoying characters. Can you get more annoying than Woody Woodpecker?
Tweety Bird.
I'm sorry. No. Woody Woodpecker far outweighs Tweety Bird when it comes to being annoying.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. I didn't really like Woody. It's just annoying.
Thumbs down on Woody Woodpecker. Always wanted him to get smushed.
Yes.
There was like when that would come on, and I would go, ha, 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 ha. I was like, oh no, change the channel. Big Tom and Jerry fan. The original Tom and Jerry.
Yep.
Love those. Those were funny.
Yeah, because you never knew who was going to get the upper hand until Jerry did.
That's right.
It would go back and forth, but Jerry always won.
Hey, Jen.
Well, we are well into the ish now, aren't we?
Well into the ish, yes. I did really enjoy all the like afternoon cartoons on Disney too, like your Tailspins, your Darkwing Duck. You know, we chopped on Chip and Dale earlier too.
Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. Yeah,
And
I actually like that.
DuckTales.
I can
Ooh.
respect the.
Used to watch that with my daughter.
I can respect the Disney stuff for what they are. I just couldn't.
And DuckTales was good.
How do I want to say this? Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
Cheesy.
Oh, go ahead.
Cheesy.
There wasn't enough, like, even though, like, in G.I. Joe and Transformers, in every other Action Boy cartoon, as much fighting there was, no one really got hurt or died or anything until 1986 when they killed off Optimus Prime. But and it just like that was an awesome.
Right. There's a wholesomeness to it's Disney, right?
Yeah,
It
it's like I couldn't subscribe to. I mean, it was okay. It was fun. It was cheerful. It was chipper, and it was, everything is just great, boys and girls. And it's like, no, it's not. I look around. It's not. All right, Scrooge McDuck and your Scrooge McDucky money.
But that's where I really enjoyed when WB did like Pinky and the Brain, Tiny Toons.
Mhm.
That was Spielberg, I think, produced a lot of that stuff. So you had
Pinky
Tiny
and the Brain
Toons
was
Adventures,
awesome.
Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, very adult overtones in funny cartoons. But
Absolutely.
I think that another one for me, again, not when I was a kid, I was in college when it came out, was that original WB on Fox, Batman the Animated Series, the first one when it came out.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that first season, woof. Mark Hamill, Joker, I mean, great stuff. So that's definitely
the same thing we do every night. We're going to try to take over the world.
That guy's voice, who was the Brain, awesome voice actor too. That guy.
Yeah. Not even gonna try. I actually still remember Wacko's. Was it Wacko? It was Wacko.
He was one of the
state
Animaniacs.
song?
His what?
The states, like where he named all the states in alphabetical order. I still can recite that to heart. Like,
he does that at cons. Paul Fudge, I get it messed up because my brain doesn't work right.
they were here a few years ago. I think they had all three of them downtown.
That's good.
I like that.
That's good. Yeah, it's a classic.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good one to go out on, Jackson. It's a good one to go out on. Not in my laundry lineup.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to close this down. Let's. I guess we can go around and see what people are doing.
Sure.
Cool.
That would be kind of neat. Whoa!
It's like go to oh, me first.
Last one in, first one out.
Hi, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful night hanging out with us. Again, I do sincerely apologize, Chaos, for coming in late and running over your time. Please forgive us. Please.
Well, it's okay. That's fine.
So I will be on Roy's channel tomorrow at 10 p.m. for our Friday night auction. And I will be doing my first ever live on my own channel. It's all things talking vintage, beauty, collectibles, just really fun chit chat at 11 a.m. So it's brunch talk with me. So grab those mimosas and we'll have a good time. And that's basically what I'm doing for the week.
Brunch with Kayla.
Yeah. That's it.
Just trying to find that, Kayla. I was going to paste that in for you. So yeah, definitely we'll be hanging out with Kayla Sunday morning. That's awesome. I'm psyched for you for that. Should be fun. Obviously, guys, tomorrow night, Friday night, my channel, 10 o'clock. Check us out, all four of us. And I have a special guest as well that will be joining us for the auction, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll have some fun. We usually have lots of goods, more shirts, obviously. And yeah, so it's been an awesome week. Thanks for having us, Chaos. Thanks for everybody that came to the this and came to the this with Chaos. It's great. Thanks.
Why do you make me big? I don't like being big.
Because
Anyway,
we
so
like to annoy you.
yeah, so does my ex. But so 10 p.m. Eastern, Horizon Picks channel. Make sure to check it out. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go to one of his videos. Let him know that everybody on this panel sent you. Saturday we take a break and then we're back late night live with Patrick Murphy. Sunday night 10 p.m. Eastern. Monday and Tuesday we kind of take another break, and then Wednesday back with late night live Patrick Murphy 11 p.m. Thursday we do it all over again right here 9:30 p.m. with Collecting Chaos. Make sure you click subscribe to all of our channels. Go into one of our videos, leave us a comment, let them know that everybody on this panel sent you. Oh, well, wait a minute. No, hold on. Let's see. Sunday now, we are also doing brunch talk with Kayla. That's right, 11:30, or no, I'm sorry, 11 a.m. with Treasures Noir. Make sure you check her out. I got to get a spiel down for that, but I'll work on that. I will work on that, and I will have that ready. So
It's perfect. Did you breathe during that whole thing?
You don't get a break, sir.
actually, I did.
Oh,
You
good.
don't get a break. Aren't you somewhere on Saturday?
I am. Where am I at Saturday?
Something about a mega auction or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hey.
You don't get a break.
Yeah,
Us three get a break. You don't get a break.
So the reseller rally marathon that's going on Because She Shed, as well as Hemlock Lady Tees. I don't know which channel I'm going to be on. As soon as I find out that information, I will definitely let you know. I'm supposed to go on at 1:30 a.m. Sunday morning. So that's
Wow.
Saturday evening into Sunday. So Sunday morning, 1:30 a.m. I will be on doing my thing. And we might pull out a little Anthony Sullivan here. Hey guys, I got some great products to sell to you. That's right, because you need this in your life.
Ought to be interesting. And it's up to me, and I'm going to be in all of those places that they've already references. In addition, I drop 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You don't want to miss tomorrow's. I finish up one comic, and I do another one. So, yeah, you want to see that. I show you how to take a spine roll out of a comic book, and all you need is a travel iron.
Ooh.
You might want to catch that one.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's on tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So that's it for me. And I'll do another little cleaning with chaos video. I don't know what I'm going to clean, but I'm going to use erasers on it. I can tell you that right now. I'm going to do a part 3 on erasers. It might not be comics. We'll have to see what I do. Bring us all back up here. Anybody have anything they want to say in closing?
Are we ready for it?
I believe so.
All right. Remember, everybody, be good not only to each other, but most importantly, be good to that person staring back at you every single day in the mirror.
And don't forget, before you handle your cards, your collectibles, your toys, your games, your comic books, whatever you happen to be into, make sure you wash your hands. It's good for your comics, good for your health.
Hey, be excellent to one another. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Good night.